Hey Greg,
Hello.
could you please tell me about physical disassociation?
Okay, yeah. I think that's probably the best way of describing it. It's like an extension of a dissociative state where not only can you not engage properly or sort of have discussions or really be present in any way, but you also don't like being touched. It's like very specifically don't like being touched. It's almost like every physical contact that isn't you sort of has a sensory element to it. I think it's probably from lots of trauma. I don't think it's specifically ADHD or autism. I think a lot of people have it, where you just kind of aren't feeling the tactile sides of relationships at that moment. So like you don't want to be hugged, you don't want to be handheld or anything like that. Um, it's normally for me, it's a sign that something's wrong, that I need to heal or decompress or reassociate or something.
So, how do we deal with that considering that I, especially when I'm struggling, am very affectionate and need a lot of human touch, and you need the opposite?
I think there's an element of there's an element of sort of tolerating it even when you don't want to, because see, we're talking about like what does it mean to the individual, but now what you're asking is what does it mean to a couple.
Yeah.
In that regard, it's that tricky element of going, well, I don't really want to give you a cuddle, but you need one for your healing, for your decompression. So it's like I'm sort of spiking my disassociation to get you to a position where you can be comfortable, and then I can pull back afterwards and get comfortable. But then that's that compromise that I think a lot of neurodivergent couples have to deal with, because two neurodivergents aren't the same. So what one needs, the other may not be able to provide, and it's trying to find that balance between the two people to say, like, I need you to back off and leave me alone, and the other person's like, yeah, but I need just a little bit of contact to feel valid. Like, all right, well then I'm gonna have to try and dig deep, do the contact thing, which will send that pressure up a little bit in my brain. But then you say, all right, well, that's just a little extra I got to deal with. So then you're like, okay, you're good. I'm going to pull back now. I'm going to process. And hopefully, if it works properly, both people end up feeling like they've been validated, but also given the space to recover.
I think we also can now communicate enough so that I understand where you are and you understand where I'm at, so that I don't get my rejection sensitivity spike,
Yeah.
and also don't touch you too much. If I'm in a good place and I come home from work and I'm like, yay, Greg, you will tell me straight away, by the way, this is where I'm at, so that it's managed my expectations before, so we've been able to communicate that.
Yeah, well, without communication, no relationship works. You got to communicate. It's the what is it the Beatles said? All you need is love. No, you need love, yeah, but you need to communicate. You need to compromise. You need to understand each other. You need to respect each other. Otherwise, yeah, especially with neurodivergence, a bad week can be so chaotic that if you're not communicating day by day to each other, if you disassociate entirely, the whole thing crumbles. But yeah, that's pretty much where we're at with it. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Cool.